All right, we should be good. Yeah, there we go. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day so far. Um, so stream should be good and live now, and we should everyone should be able to see it. So, sorry I haven't been able to do a lot lately. It's been the last couple of weeks of medical treatment has been a little bit more rough than I thought. But anyways, so figured I'd showcase a few things real quick before we get started. Okay, so I've been working on testing out like ideas for like inventory and equipment and also stuff like that. And I want to just kind of work a little bit on stream. I know I haven't really been able to do much. It's been draining, but yeah. So I figured I'd just do a short stream, just get some stuff working. So I think I showcased this already. I can actually drop bombs and stuff like that, but I can actually destroy walls. I actually do damage and destroy walls, but I need to actually start working on like not just making stuff actually appear, but actually like polish and so forth. So I want to work on an actual like inventory screen, and I'm not gonna get like all the way polished today, but I want to actually get it prepared where it's not just like a gray box like it was before, because this was literally a gray box and every icon was the bomb. Man, so for anybody that uses Unity, I'll go just do a rundown of how this is working right now. So basically, UI Builder, I am using like a UXML. Did it more in code instead of the UI Builder, but I'll go ahead and show this. I created a custom visual element called item slot. It basically takes in like actual item data. So if I actually go and open this up real quick, actually wait, do I already have this open? I already do have this open, yeah. So basically I create an item slot visual element, and at the current moment it just has like item data, and at the current moment all item data really has is like the item icon and the item type, and that's pretty much it. Basically, whenever the item slot is attached to a panel, we actually get the item data, and if there is a icon assigned to the item data, we set it as the actual inventory icon. And I basically create a set of rows, and that's kind of how I have them. For like how the selection is done, I just basically am using like on navigation move and basically updating index. The reason why I'm updating the index is whenever the item slot is actually focused, there's actually a UI event. Unity actually has UI event. I'm basically adding a class name, and then whenever it's unfocused, it removes class name. And the class name, all it does is currently like change some of the styling. At the current moment, I'm literally just highlighting the slot image and making it a little bit darker, so you can actually be like, okay, so right now the cane's selected, the shovel's selected. I do know I got it working where you can actually like use a mouse to also quick select stuff. Yeah, so I actually did that off stream. I know it's been a while since I've done this. It's been a long time since I've done a little stream. Hopefully I'm gonna be back now. Hopefully. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Let's begin. So what I want to do first is before making it where I can actually like equip items to like the thing, because as you saw, like I can actually drop a bomb and everything. I want to make it, I'm going to make the logic for all items. So let's actually begin. Let's actually let's actually do this. So there's a couple different things I want to actually like try and so forth. So like you have rooms that you can actually like light stuff on fire, and that might actually be a good thing to like start off with, or being able to grab stuff. You know what? Yeah. Okay. So I am gonna just grab a copy of this, and I'm gonna actually take it just to not on the player, but like take it out. I'm gonna just bring it in here. So we're gonna make a little like testing room or testing area real quick in the first room. So we're gonna test out actually lighting it, and all lighting it's gonna do is actually like change the sprite and also create like actual like light 2D, like enable that and so forth. So we also need something heavy, because there are stuff inside of Oracle Seasons that you actually need to have like the power bracelet to actually pick up. So we need like a interactable object as well. So let's actually go grab that real quick. Do I have like I think I just have like a rock, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna actually just grab this overworld rock and so forth. And where did it even, no, seriously, where did it drop? All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna use this rock and this lantern to test out equipment. Reason why we have power bracelet, we want to make it where only certain items can be picked up whenever you have like a certain level of power, so strength power. So we're gonna need to do the power bracelet and the seed satchel for like lighting objects, and we also need to do like, well, I mean, we need to do everything. So today's our first day of actually implementing stuff. So I kind of want to start off with the seed bag. So in Oracle Seasons, you had a seed satchel, and different seeds had different abilities. You had the Gel seed, which allowed you to actually do a fast travel. You can actually like fast travel. You had the Pegasus seeds, if I remember right, if they're called, that allows you to do like a dash and stuff like that. So let's begin. Okay, so I have it where the player actually has a like a actual like equipable ability and everything like that. I had that just so I can like activate the bombs and so forth. Just so I could like test out one thing. But obviously, we want to actually do more than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have it where, let's actually work on this real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was doing this originally, they were private. I actually need them to be public because whenever we equip them from the actual like equipment slot. Alright, so let's do this. So basically, we want to make it where we can actually start equipping things. So there's a couple of ways we can do it. So we have like the equipable stack here, which allows me to have like a little equipment and then spawn whatever that equipment, equipable equipment is. At the current moment, I just got like the bomb like for it, and that's actually what's allowing me to like drop bombs. There is no explosion. I haven't made the explosion thing for it yet, but as you see, like I can actually like go ahead and drop bombs and stuff like that. So I think that's probably where I'm going to start. I just threw that stuff together before, just to quickly do some testing with like bombing walls, so like physics for like walls and stuff. But now we actually need to do the real thing. So let's actually go to my data. Actually have like a spawn bomb instance. I need to actually change how this is actually working. So let's do this. I was trying to think like what would be the best way to actually do this. I probably want to have a actual like base class, and basically the base class actually has like actual like item data linked with it. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll just do this. Spawn item, or actual like oh yeah, spawn, or let's just say item base. Instead of like item database, we'll just do this. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be going off top of my head for this, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually change this where this is actually just thing. Do note there is an item data class already, and basically that's actually just keep track of like what kind of item it is. So like, is it item slot, or is it going to be a passive item, a trade item, stuff like that. I just threw that together, and that's actually how the like the grid test I'm going to be doing. So again, this is going to be the start of really everything. I'm going to clear out all the stuff to the left, because what we're going to want to do, so we're going to want to also have like a I'm going to just put this right here for a second. We're going to want to have like a public equipment base class. Correct. And basically this will actually inherit from the item base. The reason why we want to like have a difference between item base and equipment base, item base could be just like a trade item. It could be ammo, or it could be like a passive item. So maybe not like a item you put into your equipment slot, but something like you can like pick up like the flippers, for example. So like the flippers might not be like an equipment item, because what I'm doing is instead of just following the original Oracle Seasons, I'm trying to add quality of life stuff. In Oracle Seasons, you had to manually equip your sword, manually equip your shield and everything. And some of the gameplay was like, some of the fun from gameplay was ruined by having to like go back and forth into your inventory and change out that equipment. So stuff like that, I want to like remove like having to do that. So like, for example, we have a dedicated button to for like sword swings. You don't have to equip the sword manually every single time you want to use it. So I think what I'm going to say is base class for an item slot. Base class for any items. Yeah, I'm just gonna just do that for now. All right, so we know one thing about that is we want all item bases to actually have a data with them. So item data is actually like the data kept inside of like actual like a game database. So like and the item base, like these are going to actually be the components that are actually attached to like prefabs in Unity. We're going to do a t item data. We'll just do that, and I'm going to just say where item data is item data. My brain. Wow, it's been a while since I've actually. Where item data? T item data. I just realized T item data is item data. Also, do know I'm going to be slightly very, very like off because the medical treatments have been so I'll know how to explain this. Like some of the medical treatments actually it gives me like a feeling of like brain fog. Thankfully, like that's the only reason why I'm streaming today is because like the treatments have actually started to improve on that. No, stop that. So it's starting to get a little bit better with that. I'm actually gonna bring over a couple of things for reference before I start doing this stuff. Oh yeah, so you guys are gonna see me do some stupid stuff that are like really beginner mistakes. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to only last for like one more week. Module. Or actually, wait. I think I called the rest of it equipment. Yeah. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say I think I have a actual like equipment data already. I might not have it. Let's actually check this out. I hate how like it keeps trying to think, oh no, you're wanting to move this. No, I do not want to move this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I already do have an equipment DTO. Yay! Okay, cool. I thought I already made one in my toolkit, but I wasn't 100% sure. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so might change this up a little bit. Because I had, like I said, yeah, what we're going to do is actually something along these lines. So I'm going to actually go to the item data real quick. Because this is that. And I'm going to actually do a new scripting, and we're going to do scriptable behavior, and this is going to be equipment data. There we go. Oh, and it opened up on the other side. And I'm going to just do this. Equipment. Item data. Yeah. For now, this is all I'm going to need. And yeah. There we go. So this allows me to actually set like different types of things. So now I have like an equipment base. And then I also could have like not just equipment base, but also like maybe like a trade item base and stuff like that. And then I could actually like start setting up like, okay, what for example, I could have like in the trade item base, I could say what is the character that will accept a trade and all that kind of stuff. So I can actually start like differentiating between like what does the item have a use for doing it this way. And what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna actually get rid of this. So let's actually go. I'm gonna actually create one more item base for now. I'm gonna do trade item just for now. It may seem like trade item data. It may seem like that's doing a lot of extra coding. It kind of helps do data binding inside of like the UI. So like for example, like I'm not actually manually like when I'm done, I won't have to manually like set icons. The data, I can just say data bind to this item data, and it'll automatically like update like the icons whenever they are picked up for inventory. So it seems like a little bit extra, but in the end it won't be. All right, item data. I think I just have icon and item type, right? Yes. Okay, yeah. So I actually just take that and just inherit from that item data. And I'm also going to see, I don't remember yet. Copy this. And I'm going to say create item. Also, this will also help like simplify saving and loading. The reason why I say it'll simplify like saving and loading is because it will allow me to do a couple of things with JSON utilities whenever I start saving and loading stuff. I'm gonna say this is equipment data. Does not have. Oh right, I don't have to set that because oh wait, that is equipment base. Yeah, there we go. I was like, wait a second, wrong one. I forgot that was the test one. All right, there we go. Then I can say trade item. So this is basically creating the starting point of like all of like the entire item system. I don't know if I should actually. I wonder if I should have this as inventory instead. And ZLDR dot equipment. I'll be moving these into their own classes, but for now, right here works for all of them. All right. So, anyways, so basically, how this is going to work. I'm going to have the actual like scriptable data object that actually keeps the data in the project, and then there's going to be a component that actually controls the logic of each object when it's spawned in the game. And yes, there should be an error because that makes it. Yeah, I need to actually put this into port. Wait, what? Bomb squippable item data. Oh, okay, yeah. Wait. That oh, right. I literally mentioned a second ago. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, using ZLPR inventory. Once I moved into its own class, I won't need to import that using statement. I can also remove that for now. All right, yes, now let's begin. Okay, so what we're gonna do is for the equipment base, it already inherits from item base, so whatever data I put here will be what's there. So what that should do is make it where I can actually update my equipment data and everything like that, and I'm gonna actually start pinning which ones I want, because I had some test ones before, but we don't want those anymore. We're gonna be getting rid of them. So now if I actually go back to Unity give it a second. While it's rebuilding, I'm gonna let my cat in. Just come here, kitty. My cat likes to sit on my desk while I work. Type. There you go, cat. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna come over here and I'm gonna actually start switching this out. Because when I originally made these were item data, but now I need to actually tell them to be like equipment data and stuff like that. Oh, actually, I say that and then I completely forgot to go and actually set them up. Item data. Oh, whoops. Where is? I meant to put all of this in this one. I was like, wait a second, that's not right. There we go. This is going to be equipment data. And so at the very beginning, it's going to like seem like I'm having to type a lot of extra stuff. It should only be like at the very beginning. Afterwards, it should like improve quite a bit. But actually, and there we go. And I will show why me doing all those empty classes is going to be actually useful in the future. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go and set up equipment data. All right, so we got our, I'm going to place a bomb icon right. All right, so let's go into the UI. And I'm actually going to use the UI builder for this one because when it comes to like setting different properties, it's actually easier to do it this way. All right, so for example, I'm going to use this shovel for show. So if I change that to the new bomb, like the new, like, I forgot. That's what? Yeah, okay, it's just, I was making sure I didn't rename it yet, so it should just be equipment. So we have like this little thing now. You'll notice that it already changed icons. The shovel is now a bomb icon. I didn't have to set the icon or anything. It automatically knew, hey, this icon is a bomb. So that's going to be like the start of like why this is going to be easier to do, because it's going to actually let me automatically set up a lot of UI stuff without me having to like do it like manually or add extra code. So now I'm gonna just say I'm gonna actually change this out real quick. I'm gonna actually put this here. I'm gonna actually delete this old bomb data and set up, and now rename this to bomb data. So with this, I can also go to like the all these. Actually, I wonder if I actually go debug mode. Wait a second, I might be able to just do this. Might be able to just do this. This might actually work. I don't know if this is going to work. This might break a lot of stuff, but if it works, that's going to be nice. And then if I exit, yeah, okay, cool. I don't have to do them one by one. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right, so as I mentioned, certain items are going to be like passive equipment data, where they're going to have like dedicated buttons instead of me having to like instead of have people manually equip them. So let's go ahead and take care of that now. So I am going to go in here. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to say dedicated equipment data. Yeah, I'll actually go put it in here. I'm going to say the reason why I'm putting it like the sword stuff and flippers inside a like a separate class, I'm gonna make it where there's gonna be a dedicated part to UI. Like this is not gonna be the end UI. I was just like testing out like grid layout inside Unity. But I'm gonna make it where there's like a dedicated section that shows like your current sword upgrade and like your passive items. And then you'll have like a different section with items that you have to manually equip if you want to use them. And basically this will actually let it make it where like the inventory system will automatically know where to place what item automatically. I won't have to manually place them in the future. Data. Actually, I'll just say that. I should also say let's say dedicated equipment data for equipment that has their own hotkey or shortcut, like the sword and feather. Yeah, we'll say that. This way, people won't have to equip them, like go into the menu and equip the feather, or I'm gonna also say like power bracelet. And change this to inherit from equipment. Good. At first, it seems like a lot of extra work, but in the end, it's gonna make life a lot easier. All right, so now since I actually can say, okay, this is dedicated equipment, this is like equipment, let's actually start getting actual like logic working. So I have it where I can, drop a bomb and everything, but at the current moment, I can't like actually switch out items. We just have like a little equipable stack thing. So what I need to do now is I need to make it where the equipment ability actually just has like instead of me choosing like a script down here, it'll actually let me drop in like a item data instead. Or so basically, let's say like exit play mode before I do this. So I'm gonna say like for example, I could do something like this. I need to make it public, that way the inventory class script can actually like say, hey, actually I could make this actually I'm gonna actually make this private for a second. I'm gonna say private equipment data. Since this is equipable ability, I know like anything I use here will be at least a type of equipment data. Equipment data 1. And I'll just copy that and say 2. And yeah. And what I'm gonna go do now is I'm gonna actually that's actually, let's do this region input actions. I'm gonna just say put this in here. That way I can just like minimize both of them. I'm gonna say public void change equipment slot equipment. And it's just gonna take an integer slot. Yeah, I'm gonna just say slot ID. Default it to 0. Basically, like right. Actually, yeah, we'll just default to 1. So basically, like they'll be able to pass in a whatever like equipment data they want, and it will check to see like if that's not already the equipment put inside the equipment 1 slot or whatever, and it will try to equip it. So equipment data, equipment, and so forth. So basically like that. For now, I know this is bad practice, like this is kind of like sloppy coding, but for now, just to get things rolling, I'm gonna just say if slot ID equals 1, we're gonna just say oh yeah, we're also gonna do this equipment data equals null, return, that way we don't cause an error. And we're gonna do equipment data 1 equals equipment that we're trying to like shove in here. I know you could do like a switch statement, but this is just temporarily code because I got to do something later on but that's going to be after testing out a couple things. So yeah. So what this will let me do, what this method will actually let me do is I can actually now, from the inventory menu, I'm going to actually go back to that. I can actually go to the inventory UI controller, and there is a like on navigation move here. And I can also say like whatever item slot it is. Well, if I go to this item slot here and I say, like, let's do this. There's a way to do on focus, or let's do focus. I think it's just focus event, right? On equipment focus. This one I actually do not want. You trickle down. I'm going to just say this just to demonstrate this. I'm going to just say debug.log event.current target. I said, wait, let's say item slot equals evt.current target. If item slot, let's say item slot element actually, and we're gonna say item slot element, and we're gonna basically say if this is null. So basically, if this is, we're not focusing at item slot, then just return. If we are focusing on item slot, well, now we can just go here and I can say dot equip should be let me actually item data. Oh look, we can get our item data now. So what we can do now is like if I have a reference to like whatever my equipment ability is, I can actually just now call change equipment. Like for example, I'm going to just show this off. Do note this is not going to be the final version of this. This is just for example. Okay, there'll be improvements to it in a little bit because right now this is going to look very sloppy. It actually really is. This is not how I'm planning on doing it in the end. I just want to demonstrate like a nice little example here. So now I could say does not equal null, or actually I meant to put or. That's supposed to be or, not and. Ignore that. I actually just say equipment ability dot I'm just gonna say I'm gonna just put like it in slot 1 just to demonstrate this, and I'll just say 1. Oh right. We actually also need to do something else because item slots can have let's do equipment data. Item slot dot item data as equipment data. Like I said, this looks really bad at first, like code wise, like does not look very clean and so forth. I'm just doing it just as a temporarily I'm trying to make sure like the idea of what I want to do is possible. I'm gonna actually just do this, and before I forget, because Unity will literally scream at me saying you forgot to like deregister an event. I'm actually gonna just take this, and instead I'm gonna say remove, do that. That way it doesn't like try to call an event whenever the equipment is not, or like inventory UI controller is not available. Okay, we're gonna see if this works. Just for testing purposes, I'm gonna actually just call the name. We're gonna just see, just to see if my idea is possible. I hope it is. I'm hoping this idea is possible, because I can actually make this super clean very easily. I just want to make sure like what I'm thinking about doing is even theoretically possible. So now, okay, so I'm gonna actually grab properties. That way I don't have to like go back and select it and lock down this menu. All right, so we have equipment data 1. I did save all stuff. Okay, yeah. All right, so um let's actually see. All right, I haven't made all of them as equipment data yet. I forgot about that. I need to actually do that. All right, so just, yep, okay. I swear, did I not hit save because I unregistered, did unregistered it, right? Inventory root element, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's actually see if this is, oh, I think I know what it is. Okay, 1 second. Let's actually do this. I actually think, it just doesn't count that as being focused. 1 second. I had to grab my puppy real quick. My puppy is first my cat, now my puppy. Okay, yeah, I was right. It's not just not focusing. Okay, that's okay. That's what I was expecting actually. Okay, so what can we do here? Okay, so that's actually I knew that would actually come up sooner or later. Because we don't want to let the actual like inventory panel be focused. We want only the slots be focused. That's what allows us to like use arrow keys and like controller to go between the things. So what we want is we actually want to have the logic here. We want to have it where the like setting the equipment and stuff, like all this is, we want this all to be like in this method right here. So don't need that actually, don't need this. I actually think I might want that, and the reason why. All right, so I'm gonna have to like inject like the yeah, okay, so I knew this is gonna get like messy quickly, but that's okay. So the proper way to do this would be just like kind of like a dependency injection, or I could just have a static reference to the equipment slot. Or okay, I never really thought about doing this, but I could. Oh man, this might be weird. All right. I don't think you should. Okay, this is probably something you probably don't want to do in actual like real development, but I want to just for tonight, I just want to actually like oops, um, test this out because I actually never like don't do it this way normally. Okay, on equipment data change. Let's see if this actually works as I'm thinking. It's just gonna be kind of funny. This is actually gonna be funny if this works. Yeah, so we're gonna have equipment data in an integer. Int. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say plus equals. I'm gonna just say on change equipment. In slot. We're gonna do this. This is not how you normally would do this, but hey, whatever works. Okay, so instead of doing this and saying also need to import the references real quick. What we're gonna do is instead of equipment usability, like I said, I love how stupid this actually looks. I said, yeah, this is actually sadly a way you can actually do this. Before I forget, And on disable, I need to. I apologize if you guys can hear my dog barking. She's a happy little camper. Okay, on equipment focus. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do this here. We're gonna move that in here. Okay, and we should be good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say equals null actually. Turn. Because now I actually will need to make sure like item data actually yeah, we're gonna see if this works. It's gonna be kind of funny if it actually does work. You know, I would not. You normally, I'm not gonna be doing this like on focus all the time. I'm gonna actually be doing it on what's called on focus submit first. That way I can I have to make sure I like hit like a button before choosing what slot. Okay, so also ignore that little like exception down there. All right, so hey, it worked. Wow, that's stupid. All right, so equipment in slot 1 is now bomb bag. If I go to that, magnetic gloves is now equipped. Feather. Oh right, I haven't updated those to equipment. They're still item data, and I need to just update them. Okay, flute data works. Hookshot works. So I need to update the seed satchel, the feather, and yeah. Okay, yeah. But yeah, it does work. Okay, cool. Inventory system. We can actually equip stuff. Okay, so first thing I need to do is real quick, I need to go to the equipment data. I need to actually, so these were still item data. I need to actually move the bomb choose. I need to move everything to actual like things. So what I can do is I can actually enter debug mode, and I can actually just tell Unity that this is actually going to be equipment data instead. Oh, right. Okay. I'm still in debug mode. Do note, serialized properties, Unity will currently yell if you do that. It's actually not an error. It's just like a mgui thing. Okay, so set that to equipment data, and then I need to also go, yeah, I need to also set these to equipment data because currently they're just a base class item data. And then if I go to movement items, I gotta update. The flipper is not gonna be actually, okay, for now, I am going to put them as equipment data. They're actually going to be, actually, wait, no, these are actually going to be dedicated equipment data because I'm going to have a dedicated hotkey because I'm going to make it where you can you can use like the jump and the flippers without equipping them. Because I don't know about people, like other people, when I was playing Oracle Seasons, like having to like manage my inventory was not enjoyable. So we're going to make it where you can actually peggish this stats and all that kind of stuff without actually equipping them. All right, make sure I didn't miss any. Flute. I know the swords are gonna, that's actually gonna be dedicated because there's actually a dedicated equipment like, or use like sword button. And that should be it. Let me make sure I get those like equipment slots, equipment slot. All right, and then we exit debug mode. And now, if I did everything right, all items should be equipable. So I'm going to actually go to combo abilities. I'm going to actually check here. We're going to check bomb data, flute data, cane data, magnetic power bracelet. Yeah, power bracelet. Wait, sword. Wait, shield data. Okay, so it looks like the dedicated ones did not. Wait a second. Bomb shoes. That should have worked. Equipment data. Equipment data. Okay. Let's actually, oh, you know what? I ran into this problem before, where the actual like UI panel did not actually update, and I had to actually turn off the UI panel and then reopen it. Let's see if that fixed it, because it actually is. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's literally what it was. Okay, my code's right. Okay, yeah, I noticed that. Sometimes, like with the panel renderer, I don't know if that, like, I doubt that's the tendon. I'm pretty sure that's just a bug. But like sometimes I have to like close it and reopen it before like UXML properties are updated. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, like I can actually equip items, and it actually is changing. Make sure off. Oh yeah, do you know this is actually a flipper? I don't have the icon for the flipper yet. I need to make it. I might do that on a stream today. So this is actually the bottom right feather is actually the flipper. So that was actually correct. And again, I'm gonna have dedicated like stuff for like sword. Okay, power bracelet, cane data, bomb data. Wait, bomb data. That should be shovel. Hold on. Oh yeah, I think whenever I was demonstrating this, I forgot to change it back. That's actually supposed to be shovel. That is 100% like not a like a coding bug. That's just me forgetting to update something. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what it was. There we go. All right, now it should work. Nani. The game said no. You are a liar. Okay, come on. Okay, well, it shows the shovel here. All right, Unity. Oh. I guess whenever I change something into like UXML properties, I'm gonna just have to disable and re-enable the panel render, like for safety, make sure. But okay, now that should, yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, that was weird. All right, cool. Also, ignore this error. Don't worry about it. I just haven't gotten to like doing that yet. Okay, so we can actually change our equipment like in code. Now we need to make it where it actually appears inside the item slots up here. So at the top right, we have 2 item slots, right? Well, let's make it where it actually updates there. So there's a couple different ways we could do that. Blah 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 has been destroyed by return to access it. Okay, I know it's literally, oh, it's the binding. Yeah, it's the it's just a data source binding. Don't worry about that for a second. It's basically just a couple things I'll be doing on stream in a little bit, so ignore that error. But yeah, okay, so if we go to our player HUD, inside our player HUD, we have our, I'm going to actually minimize, I'm going to actually turn off the inventory for a second so we can actually see this. We actually have like our rubies down here. We have our equipment row right here. At the current moment, the equipment row is just a couple icons. Well, we can actually do this now. So I actually switched those over to visual, or like the item slot equipment stuff as well. So I can actually just go in here. We're gonna just actually go here, and I'm gonna go update this real quick. So we have just a couple images that are like equipment slots. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say item slot. Because I actually created a custom element with that, and I'm gonna actually replace these with it. We're gonna say I'm gonna actually get rid of this. Do I have any margin size? Just make sure like whatever inline elements, and then position should be, yeah, okay. So get rid of it. Item data. For now, I'm gonna just, I guess, I don't know. I'll just put a random item for now. We'll just put the seed satchel. And what I'm gonna do is just set this a certain size as well. Just have it like minimum 75 px. Oh, you know what? So, fun fact. Yep, I knew it. I was waiting for that. Okay, I'm gonna actually need to change one thing inside my style sheet real quick. So I'm gonna also drag this another one up here, and this is gonna be, do you mind, cat? My cat is just, my cat believes that everything is hers. The world exists just to entertain her. Yeah, so for now, I'm going to actually just temporarily manually assign a actual size to this real quick. All right, yeah. All right, so I had to switch those out. Okay, before I forget, I need to actually go to my style sheets real quick. And I realized I made an oopsie when I was doing the styles. Oops, I did. I did. Okay. So, or pretty sure item slot. Yeah, I did. Okay. So I actually named that the actual thing. I need to actually name that to the actual like type of C# element, because this is actually item slot element. So I need to actually say item slot, like I need to say item slot element. And I didn't want to delete it yet. I wanted to just copy it over. Item slot element. And actually, that needs to all go in here. Oh my god. All right. All right. I need to make sure this doesn't break anything real quick. I'm gonna just like bork the entire inventory menu. Oh right, I've disabled it temporarily. Let's do this. Hey. Okay, so that's not what I was expecting to happen. Okay, oh, okay, yeah. That's I would, yeah, I'll have to explain what weirdness just went on. There we go. There we go. I was like, yeah, okay. It may look like there's nothing different, but there is actually something different about it. I just, yeah. All right. Did not mean to do that. That was a whoopsie. Reason why this was a mistake, I was actually like reading the name of the actual like UI element itself, but I needed the actual custom class instead, because even though these are going to be item slots, they're not the same name. They're actually named something else. All right, cool. So glad I realized that mistake before I ran into an issue thinking, hey, something's not right here. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually go in here. That's a big ass ruby. Okay, yeah. This is where we're going to have to start like changing stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is in the player HUD, I'm going to have a couple buttons. I'm trying to think like how I want to do this, because I want people to be able to change their hotkeys. So I can't just put a button behind the bombs that says A, or like a icon or like a B icon or whatever. I might just put like one or two for now, like equipment slot 1 or 2. Actually, you know what? Screw it. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna actually do that. So let's actually, I'm opening up a sprite. We're gonna do some pixel art for a second. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, pixel art time for a second. All right. So I can't do exactly just this, because if people are going to be playing on keyboard, yeah, that might not make sense, because that's more of like a controller setup. So instead of having that, what I'm going to do is actually go and we're going to just set this up. I'm going to move this over. I'm actually going to copy them for a second. Yeah. see, open up my preview, make sure they're actually readable with what I'm about to do. So I'm thinking instead of like B or A, just for now, like do like a 2 and 1. Or I mean, hell, I might just not even put like anything. I might just put the buttons for now, like, and then I'll like update the button icons later. But actually, like, before I scale these, I know I'm creating a lot of copies, but before I scale these, I'm thinking about like, no, I want to actually do select. I'm still learning Aspire a little bit. Actually, no. We're gonna just see if I can, yeah, no, it's gonna look bad. Normally, whenever you scale UI, well, we're gonna just see like how this looks in game. I gotta move these up just a little bit. We're gonna just see. Let's go. We're gonna get rid of that. Go and actually go here. I have like references to the original like icons and stuff. What is down here? What is down here? Oh, default sprite importer. There's a reason why random sprites appear down here. I'll explain that later. Okay, for now I'm gonna just have this be like let's do equipment HUD icon. Yeah, we'll just do this for now. And what I'll do, I don't know why I closed the freaking UI builder. Yeah, we're gonna just open this up. We're gonna go here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it where these are I'll just do inline. Yeah, I could probably just do inline. So we're gonna do this. Just so you guys don't have to like sit here and watch, I'm gonna just do this like really quick because I'm thinking, yeah, that works for now. I mean, I know it's not great, but I just want to kind of get it working. Yeah, I just want to get stuff working for now. I'm also gonna make sure like this actually looks correct inside of the actual like game. Because as you guys saw, that was a big ass rupee. Yeah, it's not okay. So well, there's a couple things we can actually do here. What I'm probably going to end up doing is, oh, I bet I know what's going on. Let's actually open up the UI builder. I bet I was like, man, that doesn't look like exactly what I was expecting. Oh, not UI builder, sorry, UI debugger. I'm pretty sure I can actually demonstrate like what is going on here. So let's actually do this. Yep, I knew it. I saw it the second. Okay. So I'm pretty sure matching style sheets. Yeah, there's no not matching the style of the. Oh, I know why too. I know why too. Because player HUD panel is using. No, they're using the same one. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know why. Yeah, they're using both the same actual settings. Like they have the same style sheets. For a second, because like the item slot element should actually be inheriting the style sheet or like having a matching selector for like the same selector as the okay, we're gonna spend 2 seconds on this. If I don't figure it out, or like 2 minutes, I'm gonna just check to make sure the other stuff is actually working. Yeah, okay, so so this stuff actually is matching it, but this is not. Well, that's weird. Well, that ain't that nice. So one has the UI, oh, you know what? Is this going to be, again, the stupid, just disable the panel render and re-enable it stupidity thing? Nope, okay, I could dream, right? It just seems like, for some reason, this matching selector is not matching it, where the exact same other matching selectors are actually selecting it, or like matching, whatever. Yep, item slot element. and then item slot element is not matching. Well, that's fun. Kudos. Wait, let's see if style sheets. Okay, so oh, it isn't. Okay, cool. So that's all it was. Okay. Yeah. All right. I knew it. Okay. That's actually a simple fix. I was like, man, why is that not working? So the actual UXML file had the style sheet actually set in it, but not the, oh, yeah, whoops, cancel, go back to it. And okay, just because I know how finicky Unity is currently, I'm gonna actually just redo this. Okay, Unity actually did keep it. Okay, let's try this now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the icon buttons may be a little too big, just a little bit, just a little bit. You know what? That's okay for now. All right, so now instead of like the random icons that I had just had up before, these are actually like equipment data item slots. I don't just pointing out, which is what I was needing. The reason why is now what I could do is I can actually set up like the actual like navigation events. So whenever I like hit a button on a equipment slot, depending on what item I have selected, I could have it and what button I put, it will actually like update the actual correct icons. Are you need now, Duchess? And that's again thanks to setting up all the like random classes that I was setting up earlier. So I'm gonna actually get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of some of this stuff. So I'm going to actually go in here and we're gonna actually do this now. So one slight use, yeah. So a couple different ways I could do this. Also, I don't really need these anymore. Actually, you know what? I do need these for a second. Okay. So I'm thinking like what would be the best way? I could have it where ooh, I actually have an idea. Okay, so let's actually go to Player Hut Sandbox. Let's actually go to the Player Hut script. Yeah, okay, there's a way to do this. There's a simple way to do this actually. What I could do is inside the Player Hut view, I could actually just have a couple of references to the equipment item slot. Well, oh god, I don't even remember the name of the freaking thing. Yeah, like I said, still recovering. Item slot equipment 1, and then we'll just say equipment 2. And what we'll just do here is on UI reload equals root dot query. I'll just say item slot. Actually, we're gonna do this item slots. The reason why is query. Actually, we're gonna need to actually use the query version of this. The reason why we use query version is because we can actually get multiple item slots back. If I just do queue, it just returns that's a shortcut for the first one. But if I use query, it'll actually return both of them. And what I could do is like I could actually say we could do something like this. I could say if item slots let's say account less than 2 or well less than 2 return, because that means there was not 2 equipment slots. So what I can do, I can just say item slots. I can just actually take that and do this equipment item slot. Instead of saying item slot, sorry, I meant to say equipment slot. Equipment slot. And I can actually do this now. I can actually say equipment slot equals item slots. 0. I could say this one equals 2. And that should give me my actual like equipment item slots from the player HUD. And as long as these are not null, I can actually go and should be able to register a callback on them. I can say, actually, I could, instead of registering a actual callback, what I can do is, yeah, I could actually do this instead. I could just say on equipment, or sorry, use equipment ability. Like I said, this is dirty. This is a dirty trick. I'm going to change it later, but for now it works for like testing out equipment. On equipment change. Yay. Okay. And what I can do, I can literally just say equipment data, slot in ID. Actually, I could, no joke, just go in here and copy this. Or actually no, I changed it because I no longer needed it. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna say equals null, return. Oh, I should also say or slot ID is less than 0 or greater than or wait, I don't think C#9 supports the syntax I was about to use. God, I'm so used to like newer. I've gotten used to like newer C like C# syntax, and I'm just like, no. I don't think C#10 supports this. Actually, instead of this, what I'm going to do is like if equipment database or equipment data is null, but one of these is like wrong, I'm gonna wait. Okay, does C#9 support it? Oh, it does. Okay, I was like, I thought it did. Oh, I forgot the is thing. Okay, yeah. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just say slot ID equals 0. Just that way, like, and then I can just do this. I can go, I can just say if slot ID, I know like this is super dirty, but hey, oh well. Equals 0, do that. We're gonna just we're actually gonna take this. I'm gonna just say item slot elements. And so we'll clean this up. We'll be able to clean this up a lot better in a little bit. I'll just go ahead and say like equipment. Trying to keep everything like consistent. We're gonna just do this now. I guess we'll also have to, yeah, well now we'll have to actually like test for, yeah, we'll just say, I'll just do this instead here. If equipment slots equals null, or the count is less than 2. We'll also return error. I know a lot of safety checks, but like I'd rather have like some safety checks than not have safety checks. Because by having safety checks, you can like prevent a lot of errors for your players. And I'm sure the players will be very happy if you prevent like make their gameplay experience a little bit better. Actually, since I already did this up here, I don't even need to do here. I can just do literally elf. All right. Seems wonky, right? Well, we'll see if this actually works. Okay, let me rephrase it. We're gonna see if the panel renderer actually updates live time. Let's actually go to our player HUD. Some element. Actually, yeah, I just realized. About this, I was actually like testing out like visual element references and a few other things, and I was like, forgot to erase it. Let's actually just for now, I just want to actually like well, actually, it won't actually we won't actually be able to see this inside the inspector because these are just visual elements unless I actually do like visual element reference. So I could do like visual element reference and then like do item slot. I could just do this. Materialize field. And what I could do is all right. Dot set reference. Oh, actually, wait. That's right. They actually don't have a way yet. They haven't added a way to directly set a reference. Damn. Okay, never mind. Screw that idea. Bad idea. We're wrong. I mean, I could update like the UXML. Actually, no. We could do this. Yeah, I actually could do that. What I could do like if I kept them as like visual element reference things instead of saying like set reference. Yeah, actually, I might. No, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. That would just add way too much more on top of it. Okay, yeah, so also I just realized I don't need to be doing that. I was like, wait a second. Oh my god, I just realized I overcomplicated this a little bit. Okay, I don't need to do this. I just need to do this. I really overcomplicated this a little bit. Whoops. Yeah, I just realized. Hey, let's actually grab a lot of this. And I'm actually going to go back here, and I just realized that I actually don't need a lot of that because I just thought about this. Okay, so I am actually going to move this back here. Yeah, my first idea was actually the better one. I'm going to actually do this too. Yeah, so I can actually just do that here, and I can just set that up. Yeah, okay, this actually works. So that means I don't need this check. Okay, we're gonna see how well this works. That means I don't need to keep a reference to equipment slots. I can actually remove that variable as well, but I just want to see if this idea works. Okay, so Nani. Okay, let's actually enter debug mode. And we're gonna actually go here, and I'm gonna, just in case, do this. And let's actually make sure that this is actually working as expected. Okay, yeah, so it is actually working. Okay, so shovel data, check. It is actually getting to like it does realize that I'm like telling it to go to shovel data, so that's correct. The slot ID is actually 1, so it'll actually go here. Oh, yeah, I see what the problem is. Yeah, I see what the problem is. Wait, it ran it twice? Wait a second. Oh, because I've, okay, I see why. Yeah, I'm just clicking one other thing and making sure. Okay, well, I see where my little issue is. I am concerned about it doing it twice, but I see like why it didn't happen. Okay, so I'm setting the item data, right? So this is where I mentioned I'm going to be setting up like bindings to also like help make this easier. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to set up that on panel attach. Yeah, I'm going to need to do this. I'm going to need to do data source. Let's do this. This is actually where I need to start doing this. I can actually get rid of quite a bit of stuff once I actually set this up. Equals item data. And I'm gonna say data, I'm gonna say, I don't know if I can actually say data source path equals, I'm gonna actually try this real quick. I don't know if whenever you set up item icon, the data source path should automatically update, like whether it's a sprite or texture you're calling from. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna say name of, I'm gonna say item data. Oh, progress item, what? Wrong thing. Item data dot item icon. No, I need the actual like item data class. Yeah. Oh, new property path. All right, we're gonna see if this works. I do not know if this is gonna work or not. We're gonna find out actually. So I'm gonna see if setting the I'm gonna see if like this because children UXML or UI Toolkit should automatically inherit from their parent. We'll know if it works almost instantly because my inventory will be missing the icons if it doesn't. Of course. Okay. Wait a sec. Yeah, like I said, we'll know instantly. So that's okay. Well, I want to check actually if yeah, okay. So that's what I figured. I thought it'd be like nice if I actually tried though. What I am going to check though, I want to see if we actually go to the actual like stuff here. We go to the data source. Okay, yeah, so it is actually saying item slot element, item icon. It's saying equipment data and it actually does have like a actual data check. We could do, I'm gonna actually go to the hierarchy real quick and I'm going to check something here. So this is where I kind of figured we would actually check here. Wait, hello, there we go. No, why did it just let's go to item slot. Okay, so data source does have the data. It does have the data source there. And the data source path is... Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet the name, okay. I want to try this out real quick. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I might not need a TDR. We're gonna find out. I want to check out something. I'm gonna test out something with the UI Toolkit binding data binding system. Come on. All right, yeah. So before I forget, I'm going to actually disable, re-enable, and I'm going to go back here. I want to check something. So we had the icons appearing earlier, but I want to test something with the data binding on them. Because if I can get certain something working with data binding specifically, I'll actually be able to get like get this really okay. Yeah, so data sources that path cannot be resolved. Okay, so it says path cannot be resolved this time. But if I had, so if we go back to the name of, I don't think it said the data source could not be resolved, or the path could not be resolved last time. So that's what I was thinking. So when this reloads, we're gonna see if this also says path cannot be resolved. I really hate how Unity started like a few weeks ago. Every time like you reload, it closes the hierarchy or like minimizes hierarchy. Yeah, okay, so it is saying the thing is actually, oh, so image icons. Okay, so this is actually might be an image icon thing. If I say source, if I say right. Okay, I know setting this worked. Okay, so this actually worked whenever I set it. So if I manually set it, this worked. Like the icons actually showed up and everything. We know this works. I think this is basically because the icon image can be a texture, sprite, or so forth. I think because yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure because these can be like a texture, sprite, or icon. Whenever I looked at them inside the hierarchy, it was shown that they said like they didn't just say, yep. Ooh, did that just, why is it multiplying? It's multiplying. I don't know if you guys see in the hierarchy, it's multiplying, like actually duplicating itself over and over again, like the inventory menu. That's weird. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the source, if you say equals image, then how is this being, like if you actually, okay, so I'm gonna actually stop this. I'm curious. We're actually gonna go in and we're gonna test this out. I'm gonna actually open this inside of UI Builder. And I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna choose one of these real quick. I wanna actually see, yeah, so you can't actually data bind it. So I wonder, for icons, should I also do data source type equals type of right? I don't know if this will work. I'm just gonna test it out for a couple of seconds. Oh, I just realized I forgot. That's literally just the same thing that I did out. I'm gonna just test this out for a couple seconds. If it doesn't work, oh well. It would have significantly speed up the process of like the inventory system. But we're gonna find out. I love okay, so yeah, that is what I was thinking. Let's actually again reload it because we've seen how weird the panel render could be. Okay, yeah. So we actually like go into like the inventory real quick. Yeah, okay, Unity, I don't know when you guys plan to fix it, but it'd be really nice if like a hierarchy doesn't just reload completely whenever you're doing it. Okay, yeah, so data source path, data source. That's what I was thinking. So what if I do this? Okay, Unity, what if I do the binding system, like a runtime binding? Let's go for the binding instead. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I'm actually typing out the editor version of the binding and not the, I'm stupid. Okay, sorry guys, ignore this. The reason why this is not working, I'm actually typing out the data source for like the editor version, not the runtime version. That's why it's not working. I need to use a set binding. My bad. Okay. Yeah, I need to actually use this command instead. Whoops. Okay, this should be, yeah, value, and like new data binding. My bad, everyone. I completely, brain did not work there. Okay, yeah, and I could say like data source path equals, and this, I can do it this way. or I could say name of, and I could say item data dot item icon, and if I do it that way, I'm assuming, and then what I do is I say data source equals the item data. Okay, let's see if using set binding actually controls it. All right, let's reload this real quick, or let's no, it does not. Okay. So what I'm assuming then, that for icon images, there's something slightly different about them specifically. And the easiest way we can do this is like, I'm gonna actually we're gonna do this. The easiest way to figure out like what's wrong with the binding is actually just doing this. I'm gonna just add an image real quick. Oh, well, if I can spell it right, image. I'm gonna just add an image, or not two images, one image. I'm going to actually go down to the attributes real quick. I'm going to actually bind this. I want to see this. I think instead of value, it's probably going to, instead of value like other types of UI elements, I have a feeling I need to put in source instead. We're going to find out though. Let's do just bomb data. And I'm going to just choose item icon. Yeah, to target, and I'm gonna just say add binding. Okay, so I'm gonna actually save this. I'm gonna open up the UXML file. I'm gonna actually go in here and we're gonna check this out. Does it say property source? That's what it is. Okay, that's all it was. So I'd like to point out almost all other UI elements have value, not source. So I was right. It literally is just image or visual element images are just slightly different. Like instead of value, you put in source. Yep, that's what it was. Wow. Okay, cool. Thanks, Unity. That is the only freaking UXML like or visual element I've seen that doesn't use the word value. They use source. I'm not kidding. Like here we go. Like I'm gonna choose like a let's do just any like field. I'm gonna do like text field. Oh, what was that? It randomly just went to my other monitor. Okay, but yeah, so here you go, value. So literally value instead of sort, or that's weird. Whatever. Cool. So we figured out why inventory icons were not updating. Okay, now if I actually go back here, make sure I actually removed that and saved, right? Yeah. All right, so now if I actually go back here, this should work. So basically, whenever item data is updated, it should automatically update the icons. All right, game, I love you too. Let's actually test this out. We're gonna see and make sure that these are also setting the correct one. So inventory icons are actually working, or like using the data binding now, which is what we wanted. Now we want to make sure that the actual like player HUD icons are now Unity stuff. The name of the thing, or gotta re-click into this. Oh my god. I'm about to go to Unity 6.6 just so I can have in-scene selection. Okay, so yeah, no, okay. Let's go to item slot element. Nope. Okay, so that is not updating. See, satchel. Let's do some debugging. That's all we gotta actually get, is we just need to see the equipment slot 1 I want to make sure like it's actually reaching this point. Okay, it is. So it is actually okay. So item 2, yeah, it's changing the item data. Currently, okay, so I'm changing it to the shovel. Okay, yeah, so it should now be the shovel data. All right, so if I click play, it is going for it twice. Okay, yeah, shovel data, whatever. It should already be. Oh, so it's actually what's resetting it? What is resetting it? There's something actually resetting like this thing. Okay, so bomb data. Yeah. How many times is this going for it? It's going for it 3 times. Why is it going for it 3 times? Oh, is it playing the on focus event multiple times? Oh, Unity. I see. That's annoying. All right, well, apparently we're not going to be able to like do this as simple and easy as I first was hoping. I'm pretty sure we can. If I actually go to the inventory, like if I actually were to man, I want to equipment slots. Actually, let's see if this is what's not working. Oh, it's finding 2. It's finding, yeah, bomb data, siege satchel data. Okay, so it is finding that. Yep, okay. And then, yep. Okay, yeah, so that is actually, it is finding that. And then on equipment data. Okay, cool. So I am a little confused why the, do you have to, like, you shouldn't have to manually call, like a change is happening. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so I'm just inheriting from visual element. What if I change it to binding element? Because if I remember right, binding element just inherits from visual element with iBindable, right? Right. Yeah, binding path. And then iBinding. Actually, I want to see. I think this might actually be the key here. Yeah, because all text. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right. It is. Okay, maybe this might be what we need to do. Okay. So if I do it to a bindable element, so basically I need to actually create a custom binding element. Well, that should be interesting. Do. Create a bindable. All right, I'm gonna just read a little thing from Unity real quick. So basically what's happening, for anybody wondering, it is actually changing the value. So like the player HUD view is changing this, right? The thing about it is the item data, even though it is considered the source, like basically like the source here, it's not updating the actual like oh wait, actually that's brilliant. I just realized I could do this. I could do this. If I did this, equipment element dot data source. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Cheeky move here. I'm gonna just force this to actually if I just manually tell it. Okay, I will have to turn that into a bindable element in the future. That way I don't have to do this. If I actually change that to a bindable element, I won't have to worry about this, but I want to see if this alone works. Does it work? Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna actually take away those breakpoints. It worked! Oh, wait, what? Okay. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it. It actually is changing the equipment in the equipment slot. So we are actually like I'm actually changing the second equipment slot. So it is working. But when I untab, when I untab, why is that? Oh, oh, okay. I think I get what's happening. Okay, let's actually go here. Um, I'm. Is this doing a last second focus as I'm? Alright, like, yeah, don't care about that. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, so got the power bracelet. If I do it, it is okay. So when I am whenever I'm turning off the actual inventory panel, it's doing one last focus. Why is it doing one last focus? Okay, let's look for here. Processing navigation and then focus based and oh, I know why it's doing it. That's fucking hilarious. That's great. Okay, I have the default. Okay, I have the default to open the inventory menu to tab, right? Tab is Unity's default navigation for focus index. If I were to go here, and if I were to actually go to my input settings package, if I were to like change yeah, if I want to see, this is gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna just put I. I'm gonna just put I. I just want to test this out. Want to see if this works. All right. Love how that didn't change the. Let's do this. Oh, oh no, Unity. That's not funny. That's game control. I. Ooh, that's weird. For a UI controller, that should not. That should have actually popped up, but it didn't. For some reason, that should have popped up. The actual thing, it didn't though. On disable, yeah, it's a UI controller. Should be. Let's go see for a second why that didn't pop up whenever I changed it. Oh, I'm pretty sure actually, in-game menu. Let's actually go here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Yeah, paused. Yeah, okay. So why is hey yo Unity that's a little I'm gonna actually check something real quick. Did it not save? And why Unity? Well, okay, that's actually really bad if Unity did not actually save that. Okay, I'm actually gonna check something real quick because that basically it didn't look like the project settings the project settings in Unity editor didn't look like it actually saved. That could be a very big problem. So I'm gonna just make sure hopefully I'm going insane and I'm gonna say what was the exact name of this? Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm gonna check this real quick and make sure game control and then pause toggle, right? All right, so game control button. Ooh, that is bad. It didn't that actually did not. That's not the ID for that button. Oh, hey. Okay. Well, okay. So I'm gonna actually close Unity and I'm gonna reopen it, and we're gonna see if hopefully the input system that crashed Unity Hub doing that. Okay, I see how this is. Love you too, Unity. That was not expected. Oh my god, it is. It's just, yeah, Unity Hub is just crashing now. Cool. Well, that is a fun time. Give me a second. God, gotta love Unity. Sometimes their shenanigans is very. Oh my god, it's like opening dozens of Unities in the background. Let's just not. Yeah, okay, yeah. Unity was crashing out. I'm using a beta version of Unity, so I mean, I'm expecting to run into issues, but I wasn't expecting Unity Hub to crash. Oh, is that just not gonna? Wow. There we go. Come on. That was interesting. Alright, let's see. Oh god, no. Okay. We're gonna see how bad Unity just borked itself. Again, using beta, like testing out beta, so if it happens, it happens. Not worried about it. It's expected sometimes. Alright, what is it saying? And no errors. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, see, it didn't. I was right. Notice how like it's back to the tab key. I changed it and I hit save, and it didn't. Okay, yeah. So it is a Unity. Literally, if you close Unity, it's actually resetting the input. Wow, that's just fantastic. I don't like that at all. Oh wait, actually, that might be a package manager thing. 1 second. Nope, okay, it's not. Okay, I was gonna see if like for some reason package, because this is a local package. All right, let's see if editing it outside of the project settings. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Save. Okay, let's see if this fixed it. That was a very interesting, okay, well, at least saved it this time. We're gonna see if that actually messed it up. Okay, there we go. Now it says it. Yeah, so when changing it from the project setting, the project wide settings menu, it just crashed Unity, but okay. So icon changes. It is that what it was. Okay, that's what it was. Because tab is Unity's default navigation for like focus and stuff. So now, as you see, I can equip the feather. Equipment works. Yay! Equipment works now. Again, bottom right feather is actually the flipper. I just don't have a flipper icon yet, but this is the flipper. But yeah, all right, we can actually change equipment. Yeah. Turn on the fan real quick. All right, cool. Oh, wait, okay, so fun thing. So if I hit tab, so you see we have the feather. If I hit tab, the default like navigate to next index button, it's going to change it, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so whenever we, all right, so what we're going to have to do is, all right, so we'll have to change this a little bit. It's basically, what we're going to do is, we got to make it where like when this is hidden, because it's hidden right now, but it's enabled. So I can actually like go into my actual like player HUD. So let's actually go here, just show this off. So panel root render, as you see, the inventory root is just hidden. It's not disabled. So it's still able to, wow, that's weird, Unity. What we need to do is we need to make it where this cannot be focused while disabled. That's actually going to be a weird thing to have to actually like figure out. That's okay. For now, like I'll figure it out in a little bit. We can actually change items. I'll just be careful not hitting the tab button during the stream. I'll fix it in a bit. But yeah, okay. So we can change item. We can actually like go ahead and change items at least. So in the second slot. So let's go here now. If Actually, I can close all these out now, since we got that done. Also, I need to go here. I need to actually set this. I need to set that to default to 0. Okay, so so what? Okay, so we're gonna actually need to put this into a different one, because we don't want this to always happen whenever we just focus slot. We want it to happen whenever we submit a button, a certain button press. So what we could do is, what I could do is, God, I'm gonna dread going back into project settings, or actually, you know what? Let's just open it from here. What we could do is, I could have like equipment 1 and equipment 2 event read. And instead of like, I currently have it inside the player, but I might want to have it inside of like, actually, I'm gonna just, yeah, okay, we're gonna just do this. Yeah, we're gonna just actually do this. There we go. Let it reload domain real quick. So what I'm gonna do is, what we're gonna have is whatever event is like focused. So whatever button is like focused, we're gonna have this. We're going to say SF input manager dot controls dot UI UI dot equipment action dot performed, and we're gonna say on item, or no, on equipment set. And I'm gonna just say, we're gonna just do this real quick. I'm gonna see, I think you can do this with the input system. I'm gonna say slot ID. All right, if I remember it, you can do this where it's like I remember how to do this though. Because you can actually send all data with Unity's like input actions. I'm just trying to remember how what was the exact way to do that. Oh, for now, what I'll do is I'll just say equipment slot on equipment set 1, or yeah, slot 1. We'll just do this for now, just for now. I'll have to look up that syntax in a few, because I'm going to be needing it quite a bit. All right, we're gonna do this. Let's do that. Set this up. And what we're gonna do is down here where we had this. I'm gonna actually just go down. Yeah, I'm gonna just go down here and I'm gonna just set this up. I'm gonna say item data. And since there could be different types of item slots, I'm gonna make sure that this is indeed an equipment slot, and I'm gonna just we're gonna see how this works. I honestly do not know how this is gonna work. So basically, if the slot, whatever slot is currently focused, will register to the events, and then like on focus out, I'm actually gonna move this. I'm gonna actually put this up here real quick. Try to keep them like organized, and I'll just do the same thing here. But whenever we focus out, we just remove this. I don't know if this is how well this is gonna work. Like I said, some of this is jank. This is, but it like it's testing out ideas and trying to make sure like, okay, can we do it this way? All right. So control UI, I forgot what I had. I know R and Q, right? Yeah, okay. So if I go here, if I open up, if I shovel don't know how the hell I got those backwards, but whatever. Okay. Somehow I got them backwards. Hey! We can actually switch all item slots now. Okay, so I can equip this to first slot, I can equip this to second slot. Boom! We have a fully functional working inventory system. Oh, yeah, well, it's kind of janky, but code-wise it's janky. Like, players shouldn't, like, now I gotta actually, like, update the UI, but you can actually equip different items now, so yay. Okay, cool. Now to make it where whatever is the currently equipped item is what we use for like the item data. But I think I'm gonna save that for next stream. A lot of this was testing out ideas for like how I could do equipment. It's actually nice that I can actually open up the equipment and be like, okay, put the shovel on the first slot, and then put the cane on the second slot, and it just works. It just works. Also, yeah, like I said, sword has a dedicated button. Actually, you know what? I think I was thinking about pausing stream, but I think I'm going to continue. I'm really curious how far I can get it tonight. So let's actually continue on. Okay, so at the current moment, we're just doing this in player HUD. That's kind of janky. That's really janky, actually. So we need to actually do that, and also ZTDR. I have to put the putting the full name of these. You don't have to technically, but the reason why I'm putting full name of these for documentation, docfx. If you use the docfx tool, you can actually read these and you can actually document your code. But anyways, so we can change our equipment data. And now, whenever the equipment data is done, we can say, okay, so like equipment on use equipment 1. So we need to start switching this over to the equipment data version of these. So equipment data, right? All right. So at the current moment, equipment data doesn't have any use function. Oh, well, what do you know? So yeah, there's no use function. Well, how do we change that? Well, we need to start moving like the actual like some of this values over to that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this side equipment data, or equipment, equipment data. We're going to say use. All right, so now I can actually go in here now and I can actually say, all right, we're going to now use it. And we can actually start like doing logical stuff. Like we can actually start doing something with the equipped items. So what a couple of things, what do we want to do with this? Well, I mean, we could have a, I can drag the attack timer and a few other things over here. So if we actually go to the bombs that are already working, because we already do have like a bomb thing set up, like we actually have like a equipable stack and stuff like that. We're going to want to actually take that and actually start putting this inside of like the actual information, like the actual like equipment data. So I'm going to just copy this. I'm also going to say, I'm going to copy all of these. I think this is model behavior, right? Okay, yeah, don't want that. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to actually move this over here. That way I can keep track of it. And I'm going to also take the weapon base, put it over here. And now if I actually go to the equipment data here, I'm going to start like actually pulling over some of this stuff. So the reason why we have a can use thing, imagine if you have like a weapon that, like the bombs, where you have ammo. You might want to check, okay, do we have enough ammo to be able to use it? If your bomb bag has 0 ammo in it, you want to return false at the can use. So basically, we can actually just say here, if can use, or actually, if you can't use, it's return. So if you can't use item, return, so forth. Yeah. So we could do that. We could also, so I have this item data with scriptable object, and then we have like the actual if I actually go to the use equipable, earlier we created a couple different things. Or if I actually go to like the, let's see, I believe it's trade item data, and then like, yeah, item data here. Wait a second. Equipment, item base, yeah, okay, yeah, item base, yeah. So here's item base. So I'm probably actually gonna be able to use this instead. This will probably, yeah, this will actually go on to this will actually go on to the actual prefabbed actual game object. It goes on to a also gonna do that. Okay, so okay, so couple different things actually. What I could do here, I'm trying to think of like the best way I could actually do this. Because I might actually not have to put this inside of the actual like item data. It's like the actual like item data base class. I'm gonna also get rid of the some these. But that's okay. Let's do this. I was going to say yeah, I was gonna say, how do I want to do this? Equipable stack, yeah. So, you know what? I got an idea. I got an idea how I want to do this. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this as like, all right, equipable data. I'm gonna actually create a second one here. I'm gonna say stackable equipment data, so bombs and stuff like that again. I'm gonna say stackable equipment. The reason why is stack. Actually, instead of saying equipment stack or stackable equipment, I'm going to say equipment stack data. And I'm going to say equipment data here. And instead, I'm going to actually, yeah, I'm actually going to put this down here. I'm going to actually focus on the equipable or the equipment stack data first. All right, like the bombs and so forth. I'm going to go here and override, so we're not going to worry about this for the most part. And let's see. What we're going to need to see is we're going to need to keep track of like how many like a current stack count. Yeah, current stack count, and then we're gonna have like a max stack count. So like where you could have like bomb bag upgrades or stuff like that. For now, I'm gonna actually just give this a default value of like 10. Also give like a default value of like 10 there. And basically inside the can use, we're gonna say return current stack greater than equal to 1 and spawnable equipment does not equal null. So make sure like we actually have ammo count, stuff like that. Okay, so if we can use it and we go beyond that return, we want to say current stack minus, so like remove ammo, and we could just instantiate the spawnable equipment. Ooh, actually, so since this is actually a yeah, okay, this is where the weirdness starts to come into effect. Since this is a scriptable object data, we so I can't actually say instantiate because obviously you can't instantiate like actually if I say, man, this is gonna be weird. I could, so stupid, I hate this. What I'm about to, okay, this is again spawn player controller dot decision. Let's get handle. Let's get the handle position. It's actually gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna do as expected. You know what? We're gonna have fun with this one. We're gonna test this out. Let's just see. We're gonna just test this out real quick. So I want to see if this is actually. So I'm gonna disable the equipment stack for the bomb instance. So gonna remove that. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go to our actual like the new data, like the new item and equipment data we did. I'm gonna go to the bombs. So I need to change the bombs like I just need to like actually change them from equipment data to equipment like all right, I forgot. 1 second. Got to actually do this real quick. I kind of just like drop that code inside that one script just so I wouldn't forget about it, but need to actually put in its own script technically. Equipment stack data. We just got to make this real quick. Go here. Yeah. I know it seems like there's so much, but if you think about it, this is like creating an entire like inventory system and so forth. And then yeah, just do that. Spawn module remove. We don't need that there, but we do need it here. Then do that. Whoops. Love that since I just like copied and pasted into here. All right, there we go. We're gonna see if this works. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I really don't know because of like the uniqueness of like this. I might have to say specifically object or like game object dot spawn. We're gonna find out. If this does work, this is gonna be funny. So let's actually. Oh yeah. I need to go. As I was saying, I need to go back here and I need to update these. Reason why I did that, I needed to actually set these as equipment. If this works, I can actually delete some of my other scripts. Okay, exit debug. Go to bombs. Current stack. Have all data. Make sure I don't mess those. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna actually click this. I'm gonna just set that real quick. Oh my god, it works! Oh no! It's so weird. Oh, okay, no. For a second I thought it was like changing position of the bombs like oh. Oh. do 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 do. Oh, yeah, we'll just do this. That's the old system like that I made just for testing. This is actually the one that I need to use. I also need to copy this and go down here and just be like the equipment data to stuff like that. Yeah, that's why I was getting null. Because even though like whenever I first enter game mode, I haven't made a default one. Like there is icons there technically, but there actually is not like there's no actual like equipped icon like things right there. Okay, so go here, equip that. Could have literally equip it in both slots. Does it work? Okay, well, yes. Is that actually okay? It is actually okay. So the current stack is actually yeah. Okay, so yeah, it all does work. Okay, yay! Wow, and you can see like the current stack is actually like removed. Okay, it may seem like oh wait, the current stack is now like 0 when exiting play mode. Yes, I know that. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that in a little bit. Like with scriptable objects just being a a new instance of it, so don't worry about that. We will get that. Okay. Go and stack data. It's gonna say, hey, you can't do that. Oh, wait. Why is it saying? Hold on. Is it saying that this is hold on. Let's I want to see like okay. All right, let's do this. I want to check something. Yeah, okay. That's weird. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I kind of figured I'd run into like some jankiness with doing it this way. Um, I think I see where the jank is though, so that's okay. Evaluating. Okay, that's not null. I'm assuming it's the transform handle. That's yeah. Oh, I know why. I actually know why. So the reason why I'm getting null error there, I actually have the like while testing, I actually had the spawn system like turned off. For a couple of things. So the reason why like I'm getting a small error there is just because I have the spawn system like turned off for test reasons. That way I could just like drag and drop the character anywhere. Technically what I could do is I could do. All right, I could technically do this. Static. I could say top down controller body. It's probably is actually a good thing to do in the end, anyways. This could prevent a lot of errors. Let's say get. Actually no. Let's say if spawn player equals null. What we're wanting to do is we're gonna say spawn player controller equals dot find equals find any object by type, and we're gonna just do this. Oh wait, that's gonna find that's actually gonna find enemies as well. Oh yeah, I actually made a specific one for this. I'm gonna say actually did this. Yeah, I forgot that I actually made the player controller body class just for this. And just return spawn player controller. I'm gonna just say set. I'm gonna just say if value. Actually, we're gonna say spawn player equals value. There we go. So that's actually a little safety system that'll actually prevent that. All right. Spawn the player controller try get component. Okay, yeah, because non-ref returning property or indexer. Yeah. Okay, so uh um so I could try actually I don't think I can just say ref, right? That's not gonna work, right? Yeah, nope. Okay, I try to think oh, you know what? I can actually just do that instead. Yeah, I can actually just set it up that way. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Yeah. We're going. We're getting stuff done. All right, that should prevent that little fun null error from scriptable objects. Again, weird way to do this. Yes, I know, but oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right, QR. Make sure. Okay, let's see it. Make sure. Yeah, okay, got the transform handle that time. Cool. All right, worked perfect. That's weird. It actually worked first try. I need to remove that stop point. Yay! We can equip stuff. And it actually works. Like the actual stuff actually works. Yay! Okay, that's nice. That's so good. That's actually real good. All right, so we got the basis of like being able to equip and spawn stuff. Obviously, it's not there yet, but for a single 2 hours, we actually got like inventory like menu where I mean I know the inventory menu is not done yet, but we actually have it where I can actually like equip items and actually like drop and so forth. So yeah, okay, I still need to update that. I'm gonna call it. For stream. Thank you all for joining. For anybody that came and joined, I'm going to make me dinner, and I'll probably work on this a little bit more throughout the night. But I'm so happy I got this. This I actually did not think I would be able to get like this actually going within 2 hours. But hey, it works. It's stupid, but it works. I'll clean it up and make it actual logically making sense code, because there are a couple of code points that's just like really weird. You shouldn't probably I wouldn't ship it. Like I wouldn't ship that code in an actual production thing. I just did a couple of things just to fast track and make sure my idea would work. Idea will work. So I'll update some of the code. But thank you all for joining. I'm calling it. I'm gonna cool off because it's super hot here. Tomorrow's gonna be 105 degrees, and that's gonna be fun. And it's already super hot today, so I'm gonna head off here. I'm gonna eat, cool down, and get some food for my reptiles, because my savannah monitor is coming over and asking for some snacks. So I'm gonna give them some snacks. But see you guys tomorrow. I will try to do this tomorrow too. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try it. I'll say I'm at the last week of my medical treatment, so I should start actually recovering and actually being able to do stuff. Sorry that the medical treatments took so long. Yesterday, when I was leaving the hospital, a tornado was dropped on the hospital. I wish I was kidding. For anybody wondering, that is not a joke. Fun fact, yesterday when I was like literally leaving the medical center, sorry, well, there was a tornado, let's just say. Let's see if I got a picture. Where's that picture? Do. Yeah, I'm gonna open this up. Here you go. That's the hospital. That's a hospital right there. Just think about that. And that's a tornado dropping down on it. Thank you, Mother Nature. Love you too. But anyways, we got an inventory system. We can actually equip stuff. One stream, not bad. I can actually like drop bombs and everything. We actually have like an actual like a stack system as well, and an event system for like updating items and so forth. Calling it now. You guys have a wonderful day. Take it easy. I'll start doing. I'm returning to streaming and making videos. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.